You are more powerful than you have been led to believe. It's Deepak Chopra that says, only 10% of what humans are capable of is known by the wisest of scientists. When we look at movies like Lucy, right, it seems so science fiction. Us using 50% capacity of our brain, but 90% capacity, 100% capacity. And right now, each of us is collectively using maybe 10% in the pursuit of creation and belief systems. We're using 100% of our brain, but to use it efficiently and to use it in a manner that co-creates the way that we're meant to co-create. I want to say that another way. Ancient Egypt, the other cultures, Peruvian, really mentioned that everything was energy. Even in biblical references, there was a first language that we spoke, this language of energy. And then because we got into a experience, so to speak, in the Bible, it's like we weren't expanding, growing, doing spiritual work, that the energy language got broken into actual spoken language, but many different languages were now spoken and people scattered throughout the earth. And now in that storyline, in that timeline, in the way that reference, we're coming back to speaking and understanding energy language. We've now got cameras that capture that language. We now have audio of the songs of the plants. We've now got a language or a vibration for each of the organs in our body. Your first language that you speak or spoke is energy language, right? Energy. And when you learn to use your energy to hold the vision, you use 100% of your brain power to create and know the vision, know, feel, experience, hear it, taste it. You use all of it. It can't help but be the only reality that exists. It's not just a metaphysical concept anymore. Energy language, you hold a thought, you hold a frequency, it materializes, right? This is 3D printing, right? 3D printing, instant. It's got all the components. You bring something in and you can 3D print it. It's instant manifestation. You take an idea and turn it into energy right there, right then, and duplicate it. And the technology on the outside matches the knowledge, the evolution on the inside for humanity. And it's an extraordinary time to be alive. And so I'm so glad that we're all witnessing this, and to use the best. The spirit is the largest part of you, the soul, your aura. When we capture you in a camera with that, you're huge. Heart math, where your heart, magnetism, electricity, currents go. Wow, not just as the length of your arms, right? It can go 14 feet. The Dalai Lamas can go over cities. Those you that have been trained can go over cities, regions, even. And so it's this using of your brain capacity. I think it's Napoleon Hill's prayer, right? Divine Providence, let me use wisely what has been given to me. Your ability to create with that vision. And so Maddie's dream, right? Maddie's incredible dream of the environmental stuff started in the 90s. Way advanced. And here we are. And him being able to live out and co-create documentaries that really highlight hometown heritage solutions, conflict resolutions. It's an extraordinary gift to catch the vision, to hold that vision so strongly that it can't help but manifest into the world, to speak energy language so profoundly from the space of your ascended self. I want to bring up a little bit of a concept of how we take, if everything is love, how do we materialize things into the world? Now, everything's love. And that first level of understanding love is there's needy love, like needy, right? Needs. A baby comes into the world, it needs, it goes, wah, wah. Mom, dad, caregivers provide for the baby. The baby that you were met your needs this way. That needy love. You were love. You were our love. That needy love. Very necessary part of development. Then the next level of love and the next level of manifestation. This extraordinary tit for tat love. Hey, I got A's in school, right? A grades in grade school, so I get to go to a better middle school. Oh, in middle school, I tested really well. I get to go to a gifted high school. Ooh, gifted high school. I did really well at AP advanced placement classes. Oh my gosh, I've already got college credits, right? Love manifests in you do this for me, you get this reward. I've been really good. Let me go shopping and get myself something wonderful. Wow, client reward. Here, you helped me so much. Here's this reward. Right? Tit for tat. Ooh, let me deposit a whole bunch in your emotional bank account in case I'm bad one day. Then we've got all this love built up, so you will forgive me and love me. Again, adolescent type of love, very necessary. The tit for tat. Let's write contracts in that level of consciousness. You do this and you get this. You do this, reward back and forth. Sort of that entitled tit for tat, adolescent, teenage ability, deservingness, kind of taking love, and you receive because you feel worthy of it. And you give love because you feel the other worthy of it. Now then, there is the ascended kind of love and the ascended kind of materialization into the world. You see someone in need and you're like, oh, I've got extra. Here, take it. And there's, oh, God is my source. The ethers is my source. I will get more ideas. Take this brilliant idea, use it, let it help you. You're ascended. You're in integrity. There's more than enough for everyone. We're not in a zero-sum universe. In this, the adolescent way of receiving, oftentimes there's a thought that if I give to this person, there'll be less to give to this person. Or if competitive, right? If they have a little bit more, or if they receive more attention, then there's less attention for me. And the ascended manner, right, of love, of materializing. There is an integrity with the self at such level. You give from the overflow of yourself, knowing that source will bring in whatever is necessary for you whenever it's necessary. It's an abundant universe. And it's a miraculous, abundant universe. So this kind of love gives and gives for the sheer joy of giving. And there's not a zero sum with it, right? If I did this for you, then you must do something for me in the future. It's a pay it forward. It's here and ascended. If you choose to help me in the future, it's beautiful, but just pay it forward. A knowingness, something greater than yourself has got you. And so it's such an important, again, this is just subtle energy. The needy love requires a specific way to receive, or a specific person to receive from, or possibly even a specific outcome. The adolescent or the tit for tat requires you to keep score. And it's really important for anyone in the metaphysical world. It's important for you to begin to write contracts, because most of our world lives in tit for tat. And it makes it easier for them, for each person, to know their rules. And so you're living like this from that standpoint. You're both here in that contract, tit for tat. You do this for me, I will do this for you. And if you're like this in the ascended manner, which means you're both at the adolescent, because you write the contracts, written agreements, words, and you yourself are in the ascended manner of receiving. It's so powerful and so beautiful to bring that vibration into existence for yourself. That vibration, when you're working with people that are ascended, so to speak, you do handshakes and there's verbal contracts. But those verbal contracts might be misunderstood in the future if you've held them in some form in written contracts. You are now bringing it in two different manners. And if you yourself know you leave everything better than expected, it's an extraordinary experience. And if you make a mistake, right? If you make a mistake in this love ascended reality, one that has the contract in place as well as the handshake agreement, I will give you the best I've got. Much of the world relates to you saying, I'm sorry, let me fix it. And if it doesn't work, right? Somewhat you say, oh, I made a mistake, let me fix it. If this level, the contract or the people disappear or make threats or are less than ideal in responses, right? Lower responses, you know they're not meant to continue on the path with you of ascension. And it's a gift. Again, the vision, the miracle frequency, you give them whatever they took from that tit for tat plane, and you ascend. You now stand above that fold, because that's the language of energy. You receive from that higher level because you freely gave. It's such a gift to understand these energy principles, these laws of nature. So if we apply it to the Amazon, if we apply it to the work that we're here to do, if we apply it to what you're passionate about, you make such a difference in the world. You get to stand on the shoulders of everything that came before. You appreciate and have gratitude for everything, while that gratitude and appreciation sprouts incredible seeds for you. And it's extraordinary because your body keeps a record. If there is something going on in your body's keeping a record. You're so much smarter, such a divine spark than you give yourself credit for. And so tuning into your body winds up being the way that you understand, am I being a needy? Am I calling forth from the invisible world in a needy way? Am I calling it forth in a tit for tat way? Or am I calling it forward in an ascended way? And the ideal way is to use it all, right? The ideal way, the needy way, to really get into the energy of all of those layers and to co-create ascended visualization, receiving from the invisible world, materializing because you are in integrity. You know you. And you know, with the more that you receive, the more you're able to communicate to everyone. There is no zero-sum equation. There's only abundance. That's the greatest gift that you can really give the people around you and the people on planet Earth, is to live well, is to really bring it forward, is to really be able to give to the needy, to see the need, to know your own needs. What do you need? Then to really create the tit for tat contracts, right? And energies, and always over deliver. And from the ascended manner, I've got plenty of this. Go ahead, take it. I'm so happy for you to have it. I love you because you're another version of me and you are loved. So beautiful. I'm so excited for us to talk some more. I'm going to stop the recording here.